Nature is a powerful force that we humans often take for granted. But sometimes, when we push the limits of our relationship with the environment, Mother Nature can strike back with incredible force. In this video, we're going to take a look at 5 times when Mother Nature got revenge on us humans. The Great Barrier Reef. Our first story takes us to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. For years, humans have been dumping pollutants into the ocean, damaging one of the most beautiful and diverse ecosystems on the planet. But in 2016, a massive coral bleaching event hit the reef, killing off a large portion of the coral. It was a stark reminder that our actions have consequences.
That is really bad news because it means that corals can die on large scales. So some reefs are just getting destroyed by bleaching.
Mount St. Helens. In 1980, Mount St. Helens in Washington state erupted in a massive explosion that killed 57 people and caused over $1 billion in damage. The eruption was a stark reminder that we live in a world where the forces of nature can strike at any time. But just after 8:30 that morning, the last of the series of earthquakes hit, triggering one of the largest landslides in recorded history.
You know, we're all human beings, and someday Dixie Lee will pay for that. She may not on this service, but she will on some other one. You can watch. I don't see how in the world that woman can sleep at night myself.
Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina was one of the deadliest and most destructive hurricanes in American history. The storm killed over 1,800 people and caused over $125 billion in damage. It was a stark reminder that even in the 21st century, we are still vulnerable to the power of nature.
We're going into the men's room. Oh my God. Oh, guys, just get this room. Oh my God. This is the most disgusting. Oh, I can't stay in here, guys. I cannot stay in here. This is the most revolting smell I've ever taken in my life.
I'm stuck in an egg and me and my little sister and my mama, and they got water in the whole house.
By the second night, I just was like, we're gonna die in here.
The Dust Bowl. The Dust Bowl was a period of severe dust storms and soil erosion that swept across the Great Plains of the United States during the 1930s. It was caused by a combination of drought, over-farming, and poor land management. The Dust Bowl was a stark reminder that our relationship with the land is a delicate one. The soil erosion and crop failures caused by the dust storms led to widespread poverty and unemployment. Many farmers were forced to abandon their farms and move to other areas in search of work, leading to the migration of hundreds of thousands of people.
You have degraded yourself by circumstances to the point that you would actually kill a neighbor over a tank of water. What we're doing is wrong, is to pay back what we've taken from that guy without his permission.
Chernobyl. In 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine suffered a catastrophic explosion that released massive amounts of radiation into the environment. The disaster was a stark reminder that our technology is not infallible, and that even the most advanced systems can fail catastrophically. The power of the reactor suddenly increased. It was considerable emission of steam, and subsequent reaction resulted in the formation of hydrogen. Its explosion, damage to the reactor, and the associated radioactive release. Many people were evacuated from the affected areas and forced to leave their homes and belongings behind. The evacuation was chaotic and disorganized, and many people were exposed to high levels of radiation during the process. Some of the affected areas remain uninhabitable to this day. Mother Nature is a force to be reckoned with, and when we push the limits of our relationship with the environment, she can strike back with incredible force. We must always remember that we are just guests on this planet, and that we must treat it with the respect and care that it deserves.